Vince, why don't you tell us about Stylordz, what it's about, where it comes from, and we'll take it from there.
Stylordz Hip Hop Network is a hip hop network based in Hamilton, Ontario, dealing with all the elements of hip hop and its base strengths of artistic expression, not necessarily the gimmick, but the elements of hip hop.
And who actually started Stylordz, and what was the purpose of starting Stylordz?
Well, I started Stylordz. I founded Stylordz. The purpose is, like I said, to preserve the culture of hip hop, because right now, you know, it's a dying culture. A lot of people are representing negative things, and it's not really a negative thing. The core fathers of hip hop created it to express positive, you know, expression, but a lot of negative expression have taken it over. Stylordz Hip Hop Network is just like a guiding force. We make production, we deal with a lot of things along the lines of showing the youth that hip hop is not a negative culture, and we also like to express that artistically.
And how exactly would you express it artistically? Like, would you jump up and down, smile a lot? Hey, we actually got to laugh. Isn't that something? Anyways, what is the exact expression that Stylordz will do?
Well, it's not really like an exact expression. You express what you want. It's you. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like the 5 elements of hip hop. You have like the breakdancer would be expressing himself through his physical capabilities, his athletic ability, you know, the ability to shock. Then you got the graph artist who artistically spray things on walls, on clothes for fashion, you know, so people could see the expression. You got the MC who speaks the knowledge and creates music for people to relate to. You got the DJs who play the music for the MC and for the breakdancer, and you know, and for the people in the clubs, and get them going, you know, everybody relaxed. You know, the music.
Why hip-hop, though? Like, what's the actual name mean? That's why I was joking with you about jumping up and down. It sounds like something, you know, I remember when I was a kid we had Hoppy the Frog or something. Why the name hip-hop?
Hip-hop, I would say like, you know, you get hip to something, you know, get hip and hype, and hop is like a lot of jumping around. If you go to a hip-hop concert, you know, when shit's nice and people get hyped, like for instance, KRS-One goes to concert, kick off 2 songs, and people start jumping up and down, you know, that means it's getting high, people with their hands in the air. You can go to a concert and people just sit there and watch you like nothing's going on, you know, you're dry, you know what I mean? Or you may have to call like a lot of friends up on stage to help you out with the crowd, you know, but a true MC or true entertainer, you know, they could just do this stuff to artists themselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely understand what you mean. What made you actually get interested in hip-hop? Like, what gave you that burning? What gave you that desire?
I wouldn't say I got into it. I would say more so I was surrounded by it. So it's just something that I just became a part of, you know. So it's not something that I decided to get into. It's where I lived, and people around me were all doing it. People always been doing it. I've always been doing it since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? Started out in Montreal, and then moved out to here, back to Toronto, and then back here again. And it's all throughout school, all throughout like just living, you know. I've always worked with artists, worked with breakers, I've always worked with graph artists, always held events. I've always been doing stuff, you know, bring people to the studio, etc. Like, kind of like some agent.
Getting back to Stylordz, you said you brought people back to the studio like an agent or something along that line. What exactly does Stylordz do? Is there more than just hip-hop, or is there something else?
It's a network, you know. We deal with a lot of artists. We have artists that are permanent that we deal with, but I'd say our central thing is just to express real hip-hop or express the artist, you know, because like it's kind of like if you're signed to a label or something, or we don't really want to have people telling us how to express our music. We'd like to just control our art. We like to control what we do, you know, our own central expression. So the main thing is expression, you know. That's why we have all the elements of hip-hop, you know. Most groups out there, they just have the one element, rapper, you know what I mean, and they think that's it, you know what I mean, but that's like an easy thing, that's like simple, you know, just rap, and that's all you do, you know what I mean, because like, talking is rapping, you know, if you can talk, and if you can rhyme, then I guess you can rap, you know what I mean, if you listen to a lot of music out there, the content is so basic, you know what I mean, like, people come out with 10 albums, and those 10 albums all said the same thing, but, you know, the general public doesn't actually recognize that, you know what I mean, so we work with people that are all over the place. At the same time, one central thing that should always be discussed about Stylordz Hip Hop Network, we're not based off of color or a specific creed. You know what I mean? Basically, we have the different cultural people involved, and also different aspects. So it's not just the different elements. We also have different cultures. There's no barriers. You know, we're open-minded. You know, a lot of crews you see out there, they like to centrally be a specific this or a specific that. But, you know, everybody's got the same resources, you know. Basically outlets that we're providing. So Stylordz is more like a service center or a network of interconnected artists, like a spider web that links everything together.
I'd like to mention about the Stylordz CD. What services does Stylordz offer?
Like, we teach breakdancing. We've been teaching breakdancing for years. We can bring people to studios to get their stuff done, and also provide productions, like beat production. We have over, like, I'd say between me and Kicks, we got over 2,000 beats just laying there that we produced over the years. Let me see, video and commercials. We do a video optical and adaptive productions. So video commercials we can film for anybody that they want. And let's say product development. You know, some artists come to us and they don't join our group. You know what I mean? We don't just people join a group. We're a network. You know what I mean? So we work with artists. They come, they get this shit done, they go do their own thing. And then let's say science, like, you know, we get into deep thought, deep speech and stuff. We have little meetings, and we work towards, like, a unified goal. Graph art, you know, we have a clothing line. I don't know, I only got one shirt, kind of right here, with a symbol, you know what I mean, our Stylordz symbol. If you check our CD here, we could do production, CD production, where you can see the logo. It's got all the elements of hip-hop. One person, there's a turntable, and a person spinning on the turntable like a breaker, and he's got his mat on his back, and it has the spray paint can as his head to see, because the graph artist does the vision, and then he's holding a microphone as to speak and let the people know the words out. So, like, our logo is basically showing the elements of hip-hop, concentrating on together, working together. Like, now you don't see the breakers over there doing their thing, and the MCs over there doing their thing, and the graph artists over there doing their thing, and the DJs, like, in the middle or something doing their thing. We focus more on the hip-hop's original course, you know, where all the elements come together. It's kind of like your whole body functioning, your arms and your legs and your head together. You know, when you take one part off, then it's kind of odd.
Please, I insist, state your case. Talk to me till you're blue in the face. Explain why you're the superior race.